Jezebel. That's all.
Here I come.
I want you to get up right now, go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!"
Oh, hey, gang. Welcome to another fine edition of KEENEAM.
KEENEAM.
I'm Michael Keene.
I'm William Patrick Coleman.
And today we're talking about all kinds of stuff. Mostly the Odyssey, but we're talking about all kinds of stuff. I feel like we have a lot of space over here.
Do we?
A lot of space.
Do you want me to? No, because I moved back. I'm out of the mic.
You're out of the mic?
I'm out of the mic.
Why are you out of the mic? We need you in the mic.
Back.
I can't. Come on, come here.
Get
come
in
here.
the mic.
Come on.
The space.
Come on. Get inside of me.
Fix your chair.
You fixed my chair. Oh my god.
This chair's been in one spot for 10 years.
Okay. All right,
guys. Relatively short news week.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of news. I have no boutique Blu-ray news.
I was going to ask that. I was kind of waiting for that.
And that is on me. I got so into an edit for work that I legitimately forgot to check the news. So if anyone in the chat has news that I should cover, especially from the boutique Blu-ray world, let me know, please. Chat. This is a tough request because we only have one person watching right now, because I also forgot to schedule the stream until literally 10 minutes before it was time to go.
So you're banking on other people remembering.
I'm banking on a lot. I'm banking on so much, man. Goodness gracious.
Well, hello to the one person.
Hello to the one person. I guess real quickly, I could live on air, I could double check blu-raynews.com or blu-ray.com for any news. Imprint Films announced some stuff.
I did mention to you the other week that there, and I don't know if you looked into it, is there or is there not a possible extended cut of The Last Boy Scout on 4K coming out? Which I heard from a reliable source that it could be possible. And I'm wondering if it is, and if so, when.
This is news from a week ago.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and
May finally. It says May finally.
May finally. Okay, let's live on air. Let's see what we got here.
First of all, I'm a huge Shane Black fan. I believe you are too.
I do quite like Shane Black.
This is actually probably I did a Shane Black list. I think this is my number one favorite.
Okay. The exciting news emerged during an episode of the Bristol Cult Film Society Cult Film Podcast, long name, where Arrow Video's James Piercy and James White discussed the ambitious restoration. As first reported by Film Stories, the pair revealed that the work print was rediscovered in the most unlikely way imaginable. A small college campus cineclub asked Warner for a print film of The Last Boy Scout to screen. Instead of sending the theatrical print, Warner Brothers accidentally shipped an early work print of the film, and the discovery was later confirmed on X by respected film archivist Peter NC17 of Scanners Inc., who attended the screening. Arrow is now working to secure approval from Warner Brothers to include the alternative cut on the upcoming release. So there is a work print.
It exists, basically.
Yeah. Calling it a long-lost cut is, I feel, a little disingenuous. A work print is not a long-lost cut. It is a work print. It is a print of the film.
Is that an assembly cut?
Yeah, it was just struck while they were making the movie, or while they were editing the film. And so it is in the process of editing. It is not quite where it needed to be in the final cut.
Okay.
That being said, that is really cool.
Yeah.
And could be really fucking sick.
Yeah, that could be really fun, guys.
So there is that. I do immediately need to lead off the show with some sad news.
Yes.
Kaylee Hoddle, the deaf actress from Godzilla vs. Kong movies, died at 18 in a car accident.
This was yesterday.
This news dropped. Not dropped. What am I saying? This happened yesterday.
Yeah.
This is sad. This is sad.
I feel bad about using this time for sad news, but I also like to take the opportunity to, like the other passing we had the other week, acknowledge somebody's career. And you're a fan of these movies.
They're fine.
I thought you were.
No, not really.
Okay.
I've been the naysayer when it comes to the Godzilla versus Kong films.
Gotcha.
But that being said, it's still very sad, and I mean, the quality of the movies has nothing to do with the quality of the actor. The actor herself did a really great job. Again, she was a deaf actor, and was, I'm not gonna go over the top and say she was paving the way for deaf actors everywhere, but she was certainly making a mark and had a bright future ahead of her, and showed a lot of promise. And it's just sad. I mean, it's just sad that someone this young died, period.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. So anyway, we're going to move on from sad news because I am bad at when I can't make jokes. So the one little Blu-ray news that I kind of summoned from the ether is Imprint Films announcing some new Blu-rays, including a Red Sonja Steelbook. Could care less about that. But really cool, the Deathstalker collection, Deathstalker 2 and Deathstalker 2025 is coming out. I wish I had, let's say it's 4K Blu-ray discs housed in a single steelbook with the 3 Blu-ray discs in a separate Blu-ray case. I don't know how that works. Anyway, together with 3 folded posters, they're all housed inside a 3D lenticular hard case, strictly limited to 1,500 copies. And that should be pretty sick.
Interesting.
September 2026. This is coming out.
Red Sonja poster.
Yeah, that Red Sonja poster is really sick. Again, sorry I don't really have much when it comes to Blu-ray news today. As I said at the top of the show to the one person watching, I forgot about the stream today. I fucked up. Something fierce. But what I definitely didn't miss, and what no one seems to have missed, is the weekend box office for the Odyssey, baby.
All right. Now, we both have reviews when we get to the letterbox section.
Yeah,
we'll talk about our opinion on it, but this, I guess, conversation is really about the success of it and the reception of it.
Yeah.
How did it do over the weekend?
So per Rotten Tomatoes, which of course the right-wing chugs don't want to acknowledge, but whatever. Weekend box office, the Odyssey scores biggest live-action opening of the year at $124.5 million. Third biggest debut of Christopher Nolan's career, and the 4th highest ever for an R-rated film.
Awesome. What I was going to ask about Nolan's other movies, what are the first 2 biggest openings? Do you suspect or do you know?
I mean, I feel like one is TDK.
You think? For the biggest opening?
Yeah, I think.
DKR, you don't think? Would it surpass that?
Did Dark Knight Rises surpass Dark Knight?
Well, if Dark Knight did well, you would assume that Dark Knight Rises would open better. Not overall do better, but I'm just curious.
All right, let's see what.
Let's get into the math of this, folks.
Let's just.
What do you guys suspect is the biggest Nolan opening over the Odyssey? What about any of the originals?
It was the 3rd biggest opening of Nolan's career after the 2nd and 3rd Batman films.
Oh, we were both right.
We were both right.
Okay.
Pure word of mouth. Since 2002 and his first wide release of Insomnia, only one of his films has not managed to gross 3 times its opening weekend. That was The Dark Knight Rises. Fair enough. His biggest opening ever at $160.8 million, and it's still put up a very respectable.
Dad.
Yes.
I feel really bad.
You feel really bad. How do you feel really bad?
I feel like broken bones.
You feel like what? He just ran away.
Okay. Okay. So, are we saying that Dark Knight Rises is the only movie that's not made 3 times its amount that it paid for? Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it says a 2.78 multiple, so I mean, it's still almost hit 3 times. It's a very negligible did not hit 3 times.
That was a busy summer,
Yeah.
by the way.
So yeah, will this one make $1 billion?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's
I don't think I'd be surprised one way or another.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised one way or the other. I mean, it's got.
So hold on, it's got great word of mouth. It's got great critic reception. It's got, I mean, it's a movie theater movie. It is essentially the summer tentpole movie.
Yes, but we have a Spider-Man coming out.
Spider-Man
in
coming
a
out
week.
2 weeks. Yeah,
2
2
weeks?
weeks after. It's
2
not
weeks.
this week.
2 weeks
it's
after.
next week.
But
yeah, but still, that'll be a big hindering in its flow. You have to also consider the movies this year that have made $1 billion. Michael made $1 billion.
Michael made $1 billion.
Yeah, Michael made $1 billion. So you telling me the Odyssey doesn't have a chance?
I'm not. I didn't say a fucking thing.
I'm just saying, in general, like I would be surprised. I would be surprised to find out. I mean, also theatrical window is a big hand in this, because if IMAX are your big ticket sales, because they're the most, well, Spider-Man's going to be taking that up in 2 weeks. So that's going to be a huge decline.
I find it a little hard to believe.
Also, it's R-rated.
Yeah, it's R-rated. It's essentially 3 hours long. And we have big movies coming out very shortly.
So it's not Titanic.
I don't think it's Titanic.
Although Titanic was PG-13.
I
had a better shot.
I don't know. I just don't see people watching it that many multiples of times to bring it to $1 billion. Like Super Mario Galaxy making $1 billion makes a lot of sense.
It's an hour and 20 minutes. It's PG. Kids are watching it.
Yeah. I feel like you have small returns when it comes to the Odyssey. I would say maybe a respectable. I'm going to say it ends its run at $700 million.
I was going to say 7 is good.
Yeah, I'm going to say $700 million. Either way,
it's a hit.
Yeah. So sorry, weirdos on Twitter. It's a hit. It's a big old chunky boy. So I have a little bit of tech news.
Okay.
This is one of those things. This just hit this morning, and as I already mentioned, I was not paying attention to stuff because I was busy working. So I don't really have insights into this, but the Sony FX5 was announced. And it looks fucking insane. It's all right here in the title, really. Sony FX5 is announced. Full frame, 5K open gate. That means basically it more or less shoots in like a square. I don't know how to describe this any more simply. But open gate, perfect for if you want to shoot a little with a little bit more leeway on the north and south of your image there. If you want to crop in for vertical, whatever the case may be, open gate is really useful, especially if you're shooting to shoot both for say YouTube and social media. Internal XOC and RAW, 3 base ISOs. That's one thing I didn't get a chance to look at this, so I don't know what the base ISOs are, but 3 base ISOs fucking rocks my world. And then 4K 240p. So you can get 240 frames per second in 4K. So really super slow motion in 4K, which is bananas. What are the 3 base ISOs here? Burp. Base. You know what I could do here? I could make my life a lot easier and type in base ISO. All right, the sensitivity story is really equally interesting. FX5 offers 3 base ISOs at 800, 4000, and 12800. So not all that different from the previous generation, which I believe, this is me going by the Sony a7S III because I don't have the FX3. But that one's 640 and 12800. So basically this is adding 1 middle ISO or base ISO to the roundup. Basically base ISO is the ISO where you're going to be the cleanest for your image. So the more you differ from that ISO, the more noisy your image gets. Here we have 3 base ISOs, so in theory, you're going to have a good time. Okay, Sony is careful to point out that this is not a triple base ISO in marketing terms, but rather 3 distinct base sensitivities with slightly different noise levels. So so maybe my excitement's a little misplaced, but still should look pretty good at those ISOs. Slow motion, again, up to 240p. That's in 4K. That's I never need 240p, but that's pretty cool to have. And unfortunately, I can't really. They compare them to like Burano and the FX6. I don't have these cameras. I don't use them, so I can't really compare. So it's not definitive, it looks like. Not all of this is available on day 1, though. Sony has confirmed a staged rollout. At launch, firmware version 1 covers the core recording modes, while firmware version 2 adds 5K OpenGate at 120p, OpenGate recording in XAVC, full frame 5K RAW at up to 120p, and the 4K 240p mode. Sony says it will communicate the version 2 timing at a later date. So it doesn't ship with all of these features. You do have to update the firmware later. That's a little lame, but not totally unexpected. And this is a Venice-style workflow. I never use the Venice, so I can't really say one way or the other how that goes. Interesting seeing this HDMI port on top here. Not sure what the deal is there, but cool. And yeah, basic stuff, autofocus, stabilization, various forms of media, blah, 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 blah. Some new accessories. Nothing too crazy here. Let's see what they say as far as... Let's see. Squarely between the Sony positions the FX5 squarely between the FX3 and the FX6, and explicitly not as a replacement for either. The FX6 keeps its unique selling points, namely the built-in electronic variable ND filter. Oh, I wish it had the ND filter. That sucks. Oh well. SDI connectivity, and a box-style body that's easier to operate as part of a crew, making it, in Sony's framing, the best option for crew work, media, and live production. The FX3 shifts toward what the company calls the perfect creator camera and the entry door to the cinema line. The FX5's own selling points are the open gate, internal XOCN, 3 base ISOs, and the 5K 120p and 4K 240p frame rates. Sony's primary target is filmmakers and production houses working in commercial music, event, and online entertainment production who have outgrown the FX3 with a clear upgrade path for advanced FX3 operators. FX5 can serve as a B or C camera next to a Burano or Venice, or as a crash cam on vehicles and drones that does not compromise image quality. Basically, real nice. $5,000 could be yours for the low price. I wish I had time to actually go through this in more detail prior to the show, because there's a lot to dig into here. But I'm really excited about a new FX a new member of the FX line, and I'm not upgrading anytime soon because your boy is poor, but noted for the future. Anyway, enough boring stuff. G.I. Joe.
Yeah, interesting.
Getting a new movie.
I just saw this morning. I didn't know about this. Yeah,
this came out a while back, July 4th.
So I'm a big Danny McBride fan. Danny McBride, Jody Hill, I do love Eastbound and Down and The Foot Fist Way, but Danny McBride is absolutely fucking hysterical. I loved him since I first saw him at Pineapple Express. Then I went back, watched some of his work. His behind-the-scenes stuff is very interesting. I don't know your opinion on the first Halloween reboot.
I like the first Halloween a lot.
I believe he is connected to the next 3 with David Gordon Green, right? He did all 3. Danny McBride?
He was on all 3. I don't know if he
wrote all 3.
Wrote all 3.
Okay.
So the big takeaway from the article here, which again is old, it's from what did I say, July 3rd, I think. Weirdly, it grounds G.I. Joe. It's not a comedy. It's like a kind of suspense and action. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You're following Duke and a group of other Joes. There's that town in the comic, Springfield, which is a town that's secretly all Cobra. So that is where our film takes place. So cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I have nothing else to add to that.
I actually think that that'll be super interesting.
Also, Ryan Reynolds confirmed a new Deadpool movie.
Okay,
in the works.
this is along the lines of a slew of MCU news. I had included it in that. So, and this comes out about an hour or so after the Avengers trailer debuted. Now, I don't want to use this showtime a lot to talk about MCU or DCU for that matter. We could go on and on and on and on and on the way these news are coming out. But to talk about it all at once, Avengers dropped a new trailer.
Yes, we'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay. Hour after that, Ryan Reynolds confirms a new Deadpool movie in the works. And I think that these things are timed for a reason.
Maybe. I guess there is something to say about hype. But as noted in the article, sources say the film is currently in early development and no writer or director has been attached. And Reynolds says there's a few really deep cuts that I think are missing behind the movies. I think there's a few deep cuts missing from some of the comics. There's certainly some stuff that, I love that Fabian, the co-creator of Deadpool, wrote that is incredible. Jerry Duggan, who was a friend, was an incredible comic writer. There's stuff upcoming. There's eventually, remotely another Deadpool film. It's going to be great. So, I don't know that this was timed. This sounds like just he was talking off the cuff, because really there's no details here, and we know there's going to be another Deadpool movie. The last one made $1 bajillion. The one before that made $1 bajillion.
Yeah,
they've all made $1 bajillion.
I think Deadpool and Wolverine is one of the top 5 of that year.
Yeah. This seems like a bit of a nothing burger until we have actual news.
I'm curious if they're going to get Sean Levy to come back or not. I bet you they're going to get somebody different.
I would. So for the demo of the camera, I would say stores. We have a camera store here, B&C camera, I believe is what it's called, which is where I would go to get a demo. But I don't know where else. I guess, conventions, trade shows, big electronics shows where Sony has a footprint. I assume that they would have demos of the camera. It seems likely. All right, so Avengers trailer. I'm not even going to bother playing the.
Maybe you've all seen it.
Yeah, I'll play it on mute in the background. But
I gotta say, first impression of this. I don't know how many hits it's had, but it's. This is Marvel Studios Canada, so it only has a little over 1 million because Canada. But I gotta say, from my personal opinion, which I am a fan of these movies, I am not excited about this.
Yeah, I legitimately, I'm not sure I could care.
I'm not gonna say I don't care. I'm gonna say I wish it looked better.
I'm not sure I could care much less about a new Avengers movie.
Yeah, that might be appropriate, because you know what it looks? It looks like Infinity War. Exactly like Infinity War. And I think that that's kind of the setup. We got 2-2. We got Infinity War is a companion to Endgame, and this is a companion to Secret Wars. So I think obviously these two connect, but how much is it going to be like Infinity War? Are these guys going to die at the end again? Spoiler alert.
It seems like some people will die.
Yeah, but
we're definitely going to get a bunch of fights.
Are we going to end on a grim note?
Are we going to end on? I feel like we have to end on a cliffhanger of some kind, and that necessitates it probably being grim. Perhaps, maybe. If they're doing it, if they're legit doing Secret Wars, I'm not sure how it ends, other than the incursions not being stopped and Doom creating Battle World. Mm-hmm. I don't know what else. Unless they have like some entirely new thing they're going to do with the concept, which is entirely possible. I don't know. I even just speculating, I'm kind of bored.
Yeah, well, and there's time to speculate between here and now. I've never used this opportunity to talk about. I also wanted to talk about the fact that this is opening the same day as Dune 3 blows my mind. that they wouldn't separate the two.
Yeah.
That's going to be an intense day. I already got my tickets, and I know it's the same type of crowd, really.
Yeah, it is. It is the same type of crowd. I do wonder. I wonder how much in studio they're like, or in the studios they're like, yeah, Dune's Day, bro. We're gonna make so much money because Dune's Day, just like Barbenheimer, bro. Oppenheimer, Barbie made like $1 bajillion. It's gonna happen to us, bro.
And I've worked at movie theaters. That doesn't sound fucking fun. Like, that doesn't sound fun at all, working those theaters.
Oh my god.
It's going to be a huge day. I don't know why they wouldn't split it up. And then we got the IMAX thing. So Dune buys all the IMAX, gets it out of the way.
Yeah, and so we've got.
So we've got.
Wait a minute, we've got it. We've got it.
No,
Infinity Vision.
Infinity Vision.
Yeah, the Marvels or Disney's attempt at
tricking people into thinking that they're going to IMAX because their dumbasses didn't get IMAX sales. That's why I'm just like, why don't you just separate yourself? Go 2 weeks. You know what happened? 2 weeks before this comes out, the new Jumanji comes out. Now Jumanji.
That is wild to me that we haven't seen jack shit from that.
Yeah, Jumanji has. Well, this is why Jumanji has reshifted itself to Christmas Day, so that leaves Avengers a perfect opportunity just to go 2 weeks earlier to get those IMAX sales, and they didn't do it. Like, what are they thinking? That's chaos.
This might go down as the biggest woof in Marvel history.
I was wondering if we're looking at the nail in the coffin right here.
I don't think we're looking at a nail in the coffin.
Well, now hold on.
What I think is going to happen is they, and this is me making a big assumption. I should note, because my gut is telling me that this is a 2-film woof, but I think what'll probably happen is they'll have just enough time to figure out, or have had just enough time to figure out the conclusion and how to rewrite it in such a way as to align with their Kang plans, that it'll be a 1-film woof. I think what we're going to get is going to be a box office, not failure, absolutely not, but a disappointment. And the film itself is going to be a bit of a nothing burger, but Secret Wars will make up for it. And so we're going to have a year. It's a year between, right?
Well, Secret Wars is already filming, if not already done.
But isn't the release date already set?
Yeah, the release date's set. It might be a year, yeah. It might have been 6 months, actually.
That can't be right. Wait a second. Okay, hold on.
Now we have to look it up.
Avengers Secret Wars release date. Slate. Oh God damn it. December 17th, 2027.
Okay, a year.
Okay, so yeah, 1 year and we'll get Secret Wars. And this is like somewhat hopeful, somewhat me just making a few assumptions. I think woof for a year. I think we're looking at a bad year for Marvel. That's then theoretically maybe the ending of Doomsday pumps us up. Maybe it'll be sort of a like, well, at least we're looking and look forward to something. I don't know. But I think that woof and then success. I'm not completely counting Marvel out. I think that there is something there. I think the problem is they're still reeling from the Kang problem. They really should have just recast Kang. I think that's the really big like whoopsie doodle, is just recast Kang. Like, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. You could have kept your whole storyline going. Wouldn't have had to make any last minute changes. That is a great question. What do they have in between?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. I don't know that they have anything.
MCU 2027. Is that phase 6? I don't remember what the phases are. Oh my God, they don't have anything in between.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Ooh,
that's rough.
Guys.
That's real rough.
I think the another issue of this Avengers is usually an Avengers movie is a compartment of everything that has happened in between each other. So you'll get it what's referred to as the phases, and then some new characters will come into those phases, and they'll have their new storylines being started and whatnot, so they can be included in the Avengers lineup later on. The problem is the latest phase, nobody's really taken to the new characters.
No one gives a shit about new Black Panther. Also, hot take, should have recast that.
Also,
no one gives a shit about Shang-Chi.
Yeah. By the way, guys,
who gives a fuck about Gambit versus Shang-Chi? Who in their right mind thinks, here's a trailer moment, Gambit versus Shang-Chi? That's what everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
That's the real sauce.
I also want to note that I'm excited to see this movie, and I'll have fun during it. I'm not talking shit about it, but it is a bummer the way they're approaching this.
I'm talking shit about it.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. My friend got Dune tickets before Avengers tickets, and I'm like, you're kind of crazy. I think we need to see Avengers. Spoilers are just the worst thing in the world for me. So whether it's a movie I'm excited about or not, spoilers I can't take.
I think like they're going it feels like they're hewing very close to the comics, so I'm not even sure spoilers are much of a thing for me, to be honest.
Well, I think that there's some things they've had to change, because I think in the order of things that take place, King Dynasty would be before Doomsday.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. As far as like Secret Wars goes, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like, oh god, I don't know how you make this worthwhile, because you can't bring anybody of note. Like Thor's there, Steve's there, but like, I've been
reading that might not even be Steve.
I think that's a stupid theory, because he takes Mjolnir. He picks up Mjolnir.
Huh?
So he's got to be pure of heart or whatever.
That's a good point.
I don't know. With the lineup, they're throwing the X-Men at us again, and we're gonna have to say goodbye to Professor X again.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. How many times has this guy died? This will be the third time, I believe. The third, right? Last Stand, Logan,
Doctor Strange, kinda.
Did he die in that?
Yeah, he gets his neck snapped by Scarlet Witch.
It's become a joke now.
Yeah.
It's just become a joke.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Bringing the X-Men in for this specifically, like I know they were going to bring them into the mainline MCU, and it makes sense to have them be a part of this and potentially Secret Wars and kind of lead into the new wave of X-Men. But it kind of feels like desperation. It kind of feels like, oh fuck, we don't have the lineup. We don't have the lineup, guys.
Yeah.
That said, I believe Kevin Feige roughly knows what he's doing. He's not stupid.
Yeah. Although he did drop the ball on that Blade.
He did drop the ball on Blade. That's unfortunate. No Eternals. Where are they at?
I am real upset about this. I don't know that anybody even noticed.
Anyway,
which, by the way, I would expect some of them to maybe make an appearance just real fast.
I don't know. If what you're going to lead, and Fantastic Four are there. If what you're
Fantastic Four is your main, are your main guys.
Oh my god,
yeah, that's the thing. So, and this is my theory: is that Pedro comes in. He's supposed to be the new leader of this whole thing, and I don't think they got the best reception from Fantastic Four, at least the marketing for Fantastic Four. And then the movie was good, mediocre.
It was all right. Yeah, the movie was all right.
But like, then after that, you start hearing, "Oh, Chris Evans is back. Chris Evans is back." The original three are now back in different forms, but you got Thor, you got Robert Downey Jr., you got Chris Evans, because they, God forbid, they try to do it without one of them.
Yeah. I'm bored talking about this.
Yeah.
This does not interest me. Cinerama Dome is back. The iconic Hollywood theater is set to reopen alongside a new 14-screen Alamo Drafthouse Cinema.
Wait, so it's not ArcLight anymore?
Yeah, Sony is officially reviving. Let's see here. Plans to restore the Cinerama Dome and reopen it in 2028.
Do you know that I worked for them? I worked for ArcLight. I worked for ArcLight in Studio City, Sherman Oaks.
Okay. Well, so yeah. So as part of the deal, Sony will also reopen the adjacent 14-screen theater complex, formerly ArcLight Cinemas, as an Alamo Drafthouse.
Have you ever seen a movie there?
At the Alamo Drafthouse?
No, the Cinema.
No, I haven't.
So I saw the Die Hard series in there.
Really?
Yeah, leading into 5, the debut of 5. When we thought 5 was going to be good, I watched 1, 2, 3, 4. It was one of the coolest experiences I had.
I'm looking forward to. Oh, 1 second, yawn.
Yeah, jeez.
I'm looking forward to being able to see something at the Cinerama Dome. So,
and I really
like
good
Alamo stuff. Sony.
I really liked Alamo Drafthouse a lot. They're really cool about.
I've heard
cinema.
I've heard some negative things about recent changes to Alamo Drafthouse.
Oh, I don't know about recent changes, but
anyway,
That's
wait
cool.
a second. I'm all over the place with my lineup here. All right, so a trailer that neither of us have seen yet.
This trailer just dropped this morning, guys.
Yeah, this trailer just dropped this morning.
Maybe you will be watching it with us for the first time.
Yeah, let's. We're gonna watch this. If you're watching the replay, this is probably gonna get cut out because these studios don't like us showing free advertisements for their movies.
Why don't you tell them what it is?
Oh yeah, it's Clayface.
We got a new trailer for Clayface. I believe this would be trailer 2.
Yeah.
Show me. Show me. What do you want, Mr. Higgin?
I want my life back.
I know you. You're famous.
It's a tragedy what they did to him. Boo! I'd like to volunteer for human trials.
This isn't cosmetic surgery.
Even if he kills me, I'll be better off than I am now. I'm okay.
You okay?
I'm okay. I feel great, actually.
I have no idea what side effects you'll have or how to treat them.
Oh, jeez.
Sir, the seatbelt sign is all right.
We're in unknown territory.
What's happening to me?
If you're harboring feelings of anger, you need to let them go.
You want to know how I feel? The people I trusted betrayed me. The justice system failed me. They stole my career, my money, my life. I'm a monster.
I have no idea who you are.
That's that good shit. That's that good shit.
Good on them. That looks amazing. It looks really good. Looks really good. Will it be our this year's Joker?
Yeah. Hopefully better than Joker.
Yeah, hopefully.
I love that the story is simple and straightforward.
Yeah, we just saw what you see is what you get, I bet.
Yeah. I love all the cinematography. It looks very, very lived in but clean as far as the actual quality goes. It looks like a motion picture.
I just happened to be looking at the cast last night of this thing. Eddie Marsan is in it.
Eddie Marsan's in it?
Yeah, I believe he might be the bad guy.
Again, cool. He's kind of the
I always thought of him as the go-to like side bad guy, not the go-to bad guy.
Yeah, I will say, filmmaker 610 just pointed this out. Doesn't look as horror oriented as stated.
Well, I thought it looked really horror-esque, especially on that plane. And I actually know, I was reading about this sequence on the plane. It's supposed to be an intense sequence involving tweezers and turbulence.
Yeah, or little clippers.
Yeah, clippers and turbulence.
Yeah, I think that there's some good horror setups in here. It does look more like a revenge movie.
Yeah, which is cool.
Based on the trailer.
Which is cool. I like those.
I do hope they get more horror oriented. There's that.
Kind of looks like Hollow Man.
It kind of looks like Hollow Man. But stuff like this, like you get the horror, the body horror thing.
The body horror.
Like that's gross. That is some gross shit. And then like right here where he's getting bigger, pops up. There we go. Like I assume that's us getting like that proper big boy Clayface.
Yeah, big boy Clayface.
That big chunky motherfucker.
Hot off the heels of the success for the Substance.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it very much feels like maybe we're gonna get a Substance style conclusion to the film.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I like that we're getting another look at Gotham from a different perspective. I don't know, man. It just looks like a good trailer.
Good on them.
Good on them. Thumbs up. We're really adding a lot to the discourse here.
What do we got next?
Okay. I'm not going to show this full trailer just because it's a little long.
Anybody who's gone to see the Odyssey, which has been everybody, has seen this trailer that did not debut online right away, but has debuted, I believe, yesterday, called Other Mommy or The Other Mommy.
It's just Other Mommy.
Starring Jessica Chastain.
Yeah. I felt a little creeped out by this trailer when I saw it in theaters.
I'm assuming it's not easy to creep you out.
Yeah. I really am I've heard the book is really good that this is based on.
Oh, it's based on a book even.
Based on a book. It's from the director. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Rob Savage, I think. He did Host, the webcam horror movie from the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
He also did Dash Cam and The Boogeyman, the Stephen King Boogeyman adaptation with David Dastmalchian and
okay, that's the
Sophie
good
Thatcher.
One. There's Boogeyman, there's The Boogeyman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has okay cred going into this. Book apparently is really good. Apparently they've already changed a few things per book readers. Like in the book, they're more of like a struggling family. In the movie, it appears that they're more well off or middle class. Obviously that, the circumstances could be a little bit more similar to the book in context of the full film. I don't know. But a lot of creepy imagery, a lot of Jessica Chastain being her creepy ass self, really calling back to Mama. Is that right?
Mama, yeah.
And yeah, I guess we could show off a little bit of the scares here.
Go back and show that delivery, because that was a good shot. But yeah, look at that.
Yeah, Dad comes in, he's freaking out. What's going on?
Look at this shot, is so awesome.
Daughter, what's going on? And then boom! Oh God, right there
through the window.
Through the window. That's a hell of a jump scare. Just by virtue of like the violence of what happens following. Yeah, little girl, she's scared of this creature that it looks like her mom, and you can't be sure in any given scene if Jessica Chastain is playing the mom or the demonic ghost thing. Other Mommy. Right there, we've got kind of a Smile 2 kind of vibe. And I love this last little bit where it's like, are we going to get a jump scare? No, just Jessica Chastain, baby.
This is cool.
Oh yeah. Coming out of the balls. Yeah, good October.
Yeah, we got a pretty cool October coming up here.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for October 2026.
Could have had an interesting November had Avengers decided to release early.
And then finally, one other trailer that I haven't seen yet. So this is another one that's going to get probably erased from the finished stream.
What is this one? Mr. Green.
Misty Green.
What are you? This is my husband's apartment. No, he said I could have it. Okay, it's over now. Best supporting actress, Misty Green. Is that you? I'll give you a week to get your stuff together. I'm broke. It's not just me, though. I got my brother.
Misty, I'm on my meds, and I'm gonna get a job. Yeah, I'm good.
I get it. It's tough out there. I don't even know if I get you on Law and Order right now.
The last time I cast you, you punched this bitch in the face?
She hit me first. For the record, I quit due to creative differences. Okay. I wake up when I want to wake up. I sleep when I want to sleep. I get high when I want to get high. And I fuck when I want to fuck. I didn't know you were a Lil Wayne song. That's so cool.
You're not exactly an unknown, Misty. Is Hollywood racist? Yep. Are you mixed?
Excuse me, what?
Is it sexist? Fuck yeah, it is.
I'm looking for open-minded friends who might want to make a little extra cash.
But don't act like you never had a shot.
Oh, if it isn't Misty Green.
Hi. Hello. I would like to finish my audition if it isn't too much trouble. All right?
You want all my love.
I saw you singing at the Roosevelt the other night. You were great. Did I see your brother?
Yeah, that was him.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
You okay?
I really can't do this anymore. I love acting, but riding the line between hoe and hostess, I'm out.
We need to keep our eyes on the prize here. Okay, go in there tomorrow, read, sing, kill.
You've got one night only, one night only. You'll be the only one. One night only, then you have to run.
Do you think I can act? Or are you just trying to fuck?
Why can't both things be true?
One night only, there's nothing left to say. Words get in the way.
Look at that cast.
Holy supporting cast. Where did that come from?
Jesus.
They really tricked us there.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know Rosalind Elazar from anything.
That's the point. They're using all these people to introduce her.
But
And is that not the song from Dreamgirls? That's the song from Dreamgirls, I think.
I don't know. I've never seen Dreamgirls.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. God, I could be wrong. Maybe it's not.
Oh, what if you are wrong? That'd be embarrassing.
That would be.
Oof.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, filmed by Chris Rock. I didn't know anything about this going into the trailer. But you got a Hollywood story of an actress who's formerly doing really well, currently not so much, and all the people around her, her friends, her agent,
Her
brother, a producer, I want to say, played by Adam Driver. All these people, big old chunky cast. Really feels like Chris Rock going for some awards here.
Looks like Daniel Kaluuya might
fight
his way into getting one.
Yeah.
A recognition anyways.
A lot of people gunning for best supporting actor.
Yeah.
In this cast. Wow. Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
I'd like to mention Adam Driver's having an interesting time too. His name has been attached to 2 franchises. Not one, not franchise in particular, but he's apparently a guarantee for Heat 2, which we haven't talked about really yet. Yeah, we did last week. Did we? Yeah, Stephen Graham.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
He the bad guy for Heat 2, as well as Magneto for the new X-Men. And he's the only name attached to Magneto right now.
I find it hard to believe they're going to pull in Adam Driver for another franchise.
I wouldn't be surprised. They've gotten Anthony Hopkins. They've gotten MCU has a track record for getting great actors. However, I don't see him wanting to do it.
Yeah, I don't see him wanting to do it. That's a multi-movie deal. That's
the problem.
That's a big like Anthony Hopkins is a supporting player in Thor movies. Not that big of a deal.
Yeah. But also the other names attached. I wanted to talk about that for a second, but it was just real brief. For Professor X, Bill Skarsgård, and Patrick Wilson. Patrick Wilson would be interesting. But I think there's an age thing there. I think Patrick Wilson's like 50 something now. Pushing,
Yeah,
it's 50
he's
something.
getting up there.
There's no way. Anyways,
yeah,
Misty Green.
Misty Green. Yeah, I'm really pumped for this movie I had not heard of until this morning.
Okay, so these are those. That's the news.
Yeah,
now we're getting to our letterbox reviews.
That's all the news I got. I know this has been a short news.
Yeah,
day.
under an hour, we're already to our letterbox news, guys.
And I'm gonna be honest with you.
Ooh.
I ain't got much going on.
Yeah, you've got 2.
I've been working this actually, you know what? This is a good time before we get into.
Oh yeah, guys.
One of the reasons I haven't had time to watch anything is we did another day of shooting for Amityville Bong.
We filmed again. A lot of good behind the scenes stuff. I feel this time.
Yeah. I got to look at some of the behind the scenes. It was pretty good. I haven't actually received any of it yet. I got some texts from my friend Jimmy with some of what he shot, but I don't have like files to play with, so I don't have anything for Patreon yet. But yeah, we got another day in. It's going a little slow, the overall shooting. Trying to my funds have not been as lucrative as I would have liked for this particular venture. So I'm trying to get the schedule figured out, and it's not being super easy. But we got another day in, shot some exorcism shit, shot some
deaths. Some people had a death scene.
Yeah, shot a straight up murder. Yeah, it was a good day, a lot of fun, and we are barreling forward.
I feel like you're making good ground there.
Yeah, it's just the days are really far between each other. That's all.
That's the problem.
Yeah. And it's hard.
You got a loyal cast.
Yeah, but
you have 2 this week.
Yeah, I only have 2 movies that I watched this week. I watched The Odyssey, and I rewatched The Brood as part of my David Cronenberg retrospective.
Okay.
The Brood. Do we want to talk about The Odyssey together?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So The Brood did not work for me as well as I remembered it working. It's very bland for a lot of the runtime. And it has peaks where it gets really good, especially when it involves the little monster children. But for me, it's just fine. It's a fine film from David Cronenberg. Nothing really to write home about. Definitely nowhere near the heights he would come to in his next like 3 or 4 features.
Would this be one of his first features?
This was I guess this was fairly big. This one, it has Oliver Reed, who I named my child after.
Is that true?
It is true.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Will you like the guy or what?
I love Oliver Reed. Oliver Reed rules.
He passed away in Gladiator.
Yeah, he did. But it stars Oliver Reed. That's the biggest star that Cronenberg worked with at this point in his career. And this is after he had done his One for Them, which was Fast Company. So yeah, pretty big step up in his career. He hadn't quite gotten to Videodrome yet, but he's moving up the ladder, certainly. Anyway, The Brood, good film, not great. But that's my opinion. A lot of people think it's fucking phenomenal. So that is totally just me being the outcast wanker. Over at Film Buff,
I did a good 8 movies here, starting with The Hunt.
Oh boy, wait, let's see here. All movies. Oh, I was about to say all movies I haven't seen, but never mind. You did see A Trip to the Moon, so there is that.
The Hunt. Very interesting movie, written by Damon Lindelof, who is I'm a big fan of, but he has made crap, and this might be part of one of them. Interesting cast: Glenn Howerton, Amy Madigan, Ethan Suplee, Emma Roberts, Ike Barinholtz, just all these random people. And it is the average, like, surviving the game, or Ready or Not. It's the same concept. It's kind of political though, and I think that's its downfall.
The Hunt is kind of political.
No, this one in particular is kind of political.
This movie that was renowned for its right-wing backlash upon its release.
Okay, so you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I wasn't familiar.
I didn't know that coming in.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I did not know that coming in. So I was like, I'm halfway through. I'm like, they're trying to make a lot of statements, I think.
Yeah, it was.
My dumbass didn't do any research.
A bunch of right-wingers got really upset because they felt like the left was talking about how cool it would be to hunt them down.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
Okay, so moving on to Bull Durham. Durham? Am I saying that right?
Bull Durham.
So this is a bummer. I was really looking forward to this movie, and it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I think people really overblew it, like made it overhyped it. But Tim Robbins pulls in a great performance, a young Tim Robbins, and I don't know if this is where him and Susan Sarandon met, but she's a firecracker in this movie as well.
Yeah, I've still never seen Bull Durham.
I was saying that it doesn't make me necessarily run to see any Ron Shelton movies, but
is that a sports movie?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I didn't see it.
Yeah. But I think I could be wrong, the beginning of 2 Kevin Costner baseball movies, or the second, I don't know.
Anyways, Field of Dreams, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then moving on. The Odyssey. Do we want to talk about The Odyssey?
Do we want to?
So I feel like I gave it the wrong grade. I think I should have given it that extra half. Is it great? Yeah. I think it's very, very good.
Yeah, I would say I had some issues, but I still gave it 4 stars.
It's a great cinematic experience. I will say that.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely.
If you
experience.
have an interest in seeing it, see it in theaters.
Yeah, I saw some chuds saying like, "Oh, I'll wait for streaming," and no, don't fucking wait for streaming.
Stupid.
Watch the fucking movie.
Experience.
Yeah, it's shot for theaters, and it feels good to watch in theaters.
Yes.
Wait. Any chance that we can ever go back to entertainment and escapism in films and leave out the politics and other real world crap? Well, I don't think we can. I'm not entirely sure.
I don't think we'll ever get. I don't know if we'll ever get back to that, but right now I might. I don't know that it's.
I don't know if it depends on if you're talking about. Why is Rachel calling me right now?
Is the sound on? Is she
you.
watching the show with the sounds off?
It depends on if you mean politics in the movies or politics surrounding the movies. I don't think either one you're ever going to escape from, but I think that movies are inherently a little political, and you automatically have politics as part of a lot of films because politics are a part of the world, and movies.
Films is a reflection of life.
Yeah.
And right now, politics is really big in life.
Yeah. And so I think that you get political movies by virtue of there being politics in life. And I think that's been the case since not necessarily the dawn of film, because the dawn of film was just like, hey, look at how cool this thing looks when it's moving.
Basically, life sucks right now.
Basically, life sucks right now.
So films are represented.
But you always have a reflection of the real world, and the real world is very political. Vis-a-vis, you're going to get a lot of political movies. One movie that is not political, in my opinion, is The Odyssey. I guess we can go back to the main shot.
No, it's not political, but it has fallen into controversy.
Yeah. So the okay.
Why don't you express your opinions on the after effects after seeing this movie?
First off, people complaining about Elliot Page, Lupita Nyong'o, really any of the race minority stuff. Suck a bag of dicks. Really just, it's tiring to listen to. And it's constant. If you're on the social medias, so many people bitching and moaning about the casting choices. And I'll say this, there were some casting choices that I felt a little weird about. There's William Lee, I think is his name. He's a Korean American actor who's in there.
Plays a soldier for Odysseus.
Yeah, plays one of Odysseus' soldiers. And that was the only one where I was just like, I don't know if I am fully on board. it didn't like, it wasn't like this movie sucks because of this by any means, but it was one of those like, I'm a little taken out of the movie right now because there's just a random Korean guy amongst these other dudes, and like that, I should have felt the same way about Hamish Patel in the movie because he's an Indian dude who literally says we're Greeks from Ithaca, but that didn't bother me as much. And yeah, I would like. I think that if they had tried harder to make it more Greek looking on the cast, I don't think that would have been bad for the movie. I think it would have probably been good. At the same time, the race stuff doesn't bother me, if that makes sense. It's one of those like, that's an interesting creative choice that Christopher Nolan made. Works here, works sometimes, works less so other times. I mean, it helps that Hamish Patel puts together a great performance of his own. It helps that really all the performances are pretty strong. I wasn't big on Zendaya, who didn't get a lot. That was one where I thought that you would think there would be more bullshit from the right regarding Zendaya being in there, but I didn't really see a lot of hatred towards Zendaya. She felt a little flat to me. Charlize Theron, also a little flat.
Maybe underused?
Underused, yeah. Underutilized is what I would say about Charlize Theron. And Lupita does great, is in the movie for like 3 minutes. I don't have a problem with her playing Helen of Troy at all, because Helen of Troy, to me, this is going to sound a little weird, but to me, Helen of Troy, A, she's born from an egg and Zeus, so her race doesn't matter. But B, she is kind of meant to be an exotic beauty. And I think that translating that as Black actress actually kind of works. Oh my God. And literally Mad Mike over, I didn't even notice in the chat, Lupita's casting makes sense because she'd be considered exotic and therefore seen as beautiful.
Congratulations. Thanks, man.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a problem with that. Elliot Page does a great job, has a wonderful performance in Hades.
Real fast to piggyback off the controversy, I don't have an opinion one way or another about the Elliot Page situation, but I will say I thought he did a really good job.
Well, that's you having an opinion on the situation, my bad.
I mean, on the controversy itself, I don't care one way or another that he's in it.
Well, hold on. Okay, that's disingenuous of you, because if you don't care one way or the other, then that means you have some, like, you're okay with the, oh, but it's a trans actor playing.
Well, here's the thing, and I don't want to sound as ignorant as I'm about to sound, and you put me on the spot. I'm not familiar with the Odyssey.
Well, obviously, there's not a trans guy in the Odyssey.
Okay, but I'm not familiar with the character he's playing.
Yeah, he's playing Sinan, who is not really a major character. He's not actually a character in the Odyssey.
I don't understand the complaint that they're making.
Well, the complaint they're making is that it's a trans man, and in their eyes, therefore, a woman playing a Greek soldier.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing about Elliot Page as Sinan is Sinan in this interpretation, which again, Sinan is from the Aeneid. I always hate saying that word.
Iliad?
No, the Aeneid.
Okay.
Or Aeneid. How the fuck you say it? And which is a Roman text. But Christopher Nolan brought Sinan into this film to be this character that kind of replaces Achilles in Hades, sort of. But Sinan was added just because he does have an important part to play in the Trojan horse bit. He's the one that convinces the Trojans to take in the horse. So it makes sense for him to be added into the story. And the way that Christopher Nolan utilizes him as this kind of weak soldier who's conscripted, even though he really shouldn't be, and Odysseus kind of takes him under his arm, but then sort of betrays him. Like, it's this really great story beat that's added in, and it works partially because Elliot Page is like 90 pounds soaking wet. And the big problem that people had, other than being transphobic bigots, was that, or like the line that they were giving was that, oh, well, this is no Greek soldier. Well, yeah, it is. They brought in fucking children to be soldiers. It's not uncommon for soldiers to be not little people, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Smaller in stature
Yeah.
and weaker. And Sinan? Oh, Sinan. Okay, whatever. It's ancient. I don't give a fuck. But Elliot Page does a really great job. Completely does away with all criticisms lobbed at him throughout this whole fucking long odyssey of marketing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but also such a small part barely needs to be brought up.
Legit 2 scenes, and
yeah.
1 scene is replayed.
That's so 2 scenes. You get the opening, which I was surprised. I love that there's all this hubbub, and then literally I think the first
2 scenes he pops up.
The first 2 scenes, it's you get Travis Scott as a bard,
yeah,
and then you get Elliot Page as Sinan. I thought that was really that there was a part of me that I was briefly taken out of the movie because I was just like, man, those haters gonna hate. But beyond that, I felt like the spectacle could have been a little bit bigger. I think that's primarily down to Christopher Nolan really uses as little CGI as he can. And when he does use it, it kind of feels just thrown in. Like I would say and I can't remember the name of the whirlpool, but the whirlpool and why am I fucking forgetting the name of the multi-headed thing?
Oh, I don't remember it, but I know what you're talking about.
I don't know why I can't think of. Yeah, I don't know why I can think of its name. But those parts, Scylla, thank you. The whirlpool and Scylla, easily the lamest part of the movie. Similar thing with the Lastrygonians. The Lastrygonians, who are the big knight-looking dudes, they're fine. I don't really see why they were made to be dudes in armor, other than maybe it was to make the VFX easier. I honestly can't. I don't know what other reason to make them big dudes. Oh well, actually, I take that back. I did see some explanation about like what their armor was made of and how that relates to the historical context and the Bronze Age ending and stuff. I'm not smart enough to deal with that. So to me, the Lastrygonians just looked kind of lame as big armored dudes. That said, they absolutely decimated, and that's what they're there to do. In the Odyssey itself, it's like they destroy like 12 ships. It's ridiculous. In the movie, it's less so. Cersei is great. Samantha Morton as Cersei.
I saw a list of the top 15 best performances in there, and she was number 1.
Yeah, she was phenomenal. Helped a lot by that society ass sequence with the pigs. Really just blew me away. And it shouldn't, because really it's going back to like American Werewolf in London type VFX. It's not like it's anything new,
no.
But it's kind of an old school type of VFX, of makeup effects that is utilized in a very horrific way.
Yeah. I thought I really liked it. It's a really good spectacle. I only had 2 gripes with it, and they're very minor. When it does this language thing, and I know that you and I have talked about this, it looks great. The costume design is great. The cinematography is great, and it really places you in there. And then they speak.
I didn't have a single problem with the
accents. And I was fighting. I didn't think I would. I was kind of fighting it for like an hour there, and I was like, man, I can't. And then I felt like towards the end they were going flip floppy with how they were doing their dialogue. Overall, if I watch it again, I might not have a problem being more accustomed to it. And then the second thing was, it definitely didn't make me not like the movie. But the second thing is this cast. So every actor in here is great, and some of them are the best that they've ever been. They're at the top of their game. But there comes a point where we as a society have been so accustomed to franchises that I'll sit there and I'll watch a movie and I'll be like, oh, there's the Punisher fighting Spider-Man next to Catwoman and Jason Bourne. And almost every single person in here is a part of a major franchise, to the point where it's a little distracting. I said, the source material is so good, and the way Nolan writes it is these guys are acting their heart out for him, and they're doing a great job. I guess especially credit to Matt Damon, who carries this movie just fine.
Yeah, Matt Damon does a phenomenal job. My thing with the like American accents and kind of more modern dialogue is that you're dealing with modern dialogue no matter what, unless you're doing it in Homeric Greek. And we're not going to get a movie in Homeric Greek. That's stupid. Also, we're not going to get a $300 million movie shot in modern Greek by any means.
Yeah.
So what you're left with is you're going to have to use English. And the first English translation, I don't know when the first English translation of the Odyssey was, but whenever it was still thousands of years after the Odyssey came about, and a long time after, or the Odyssey itself came out a long time before English was even a language. So any English you use is vis-a-vis modern English. So why not, if you're going to do a modern interpretation, just make the language more modern? In my mind, it's just, this is the translation of what they're saying in Greek. And so I didn't have a problem with it. And I didn't even have, like, the slang I didn't have a problem with. I didn't have a problem with fuck off. When he says, let's get off this fucking beach, I was in it. I don't know, because, like, the word fuck is old as all hell and has its own... sorry, I'm losing words because it's almost lunchtime. I haven't eaten today. Fuck there's variations of the word fuck that go back thousands of years. So I don't have a problem with any of the language whatsoever. As far as, I think Mad Mike brought up pacing. Did the pacing feel weird to you? I feel like it was both slow and fast at the same time. Lots of character moments, but then some stuff was quickly lost. Some jumpy cuts too.
Oh, that's Nolan for you, though.
That's very much Nolan for you. But I will say, there is a feeling in the film that they're trying to get through this in under 3 hours, and it definitely shows in the finished product. You have a lot of, like, The Last Dragonians is a good example. The Last Dragonian scene takes place over, like, what feels like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big scene, and a lot of stuff happens in the poem in that sequence, but it had to be cut because we have to get this motherfucker back to his goddamn home post haste. And it did feel like there was a lot of, like, his journey back, and spoilers, he gets back to Ithaca. His journey back to Ithaca is just like a whoop, and he's back. Yeah, I don't know. It worked for me just fine. But
first of all, congratulations, Christopher Nolan. I think again, like, he doesn't turn in a shitty anything. Like, he in his work shows, and his actors really come out for him. He's definitely one of the best directors around, and this is probably one of the best movies he's made, I think.
I don't know that I would put it.
I put it in my top 5. I did a Nolan list.
I don't know that I would put it in my top 5 Nolans. To me, I do think the pacing thing is an issue. I love, this is aside from that, but I love the reinterpretation of Odysseus's journey and how Odysseus. So basically, if you haven't watched the movie, Odysseus is not as much of a braggart as you would expect. He is not proud of what happened at Troy. and the whole movie is kind of about him dealing with what he did at Troy and how it relates to Zeus's law. And I thought that was a really brilliant way to reinterpret the story. I know you don't know about the Odyssey, like the original The Odyssey, but none of that's in there. The whole I don't remember how they described them, but like the men from the sea bit, that's all made up for the movie. And I thought that was just a and there's a lot of people bitching online again that Nolan didn't understand the text. He totally understood the text, but then he added his own flavor to it. And I thought that was a brilliant twist on a very, very, very classic story. Yeah, and the Trojan horse is a breaking of Zeus's law. The new way of dealing with Cyclops and leaving out the nobody bummed me out a bit. Yeah, but the problem is the nobody thing doesn't actually work except for in Greek. So I can understand how Nolan might have been a little trepidatious to try to do that. I did feel like the Cyclops bit actually went a little fast. I felt like they could have spent a little bit more time with the Cyclops. But yeah.
And I followed it up with the Odyssey making of an epic.
Let me bring the screen back. Boop.
There is a little documentary out there. It really doesn't cover just how grandeur the scope of this thing is and how he made it, but it just is basically a kiss ass to Chris Nolan documentary, 20-minute documentary on about a 3-hour epic.
Did you know it's an entirely shot on IMAX?
Yeah.
Guys, it's shot on IMAX.
They might have said that 4 times.
It's the first film to be shot entirely in the IMAX. Which, by the way, I feel like actually did the film a disservice.
Oh, really?
That's my hot take. I think that shooting on that big of a format makes it very challenging to get big epic shots, and it makes the focus puller's job harder. And boy howdy, that focus puller was fighting for his fucking life. There's that scene where Anne Hathaway is like going back and forth as she's talking to Tom Holland, and you can just feel the focus puller sweating, just like so I do feel like the format was a little restrictive. I'm not sure how necessary that was. Still looks cool, but maybe not as necessary as you'd think.
Okay, so I figured, being a Vegas native, I would follow this up with... Okay, we're done with the Odyssey. The Odyssey, great movie.
Odyssey, great movie. Go see it.
Viva Las Vegas. I wanted to see it. I watched it with Elvis Presley and Anne Margaret. Very, very...
I guess I never finished Viva Las Vegas because I distinctly remember watching at least huge chunks of that movie. But apparently I never watched it.
Yeah, so...
I never logged it.
Or you never logged it. I would say it's missing Vegas as a co-star, if anything. There's a lot of good shots that it starts off with, and then once we get into the story, we kind of forget that they're in Vegas. We know that they're in Vegas, but the plot has nothing really to do with Las Vegas, I don't think. But moving on to something interesting, A Prairie Home Companion is a Robert Altman movie, and I believe it's his last movie.
Yeah, he had help from... Oh, my God.
Yeah, So this is why I watched it, is because I heard that Paul Thomas Anderson finished it. Yeah. So that's why I watched it. Very good movie. A lot of great people in there. Of course, John C. Reilly's in there. That's PTA's guy. Woody Harrelson, Meryl Streep, Kevin Kline, Virginia Madsen, and Lily Tomlin, and Lindsay Lohan. It's a musical also. Very good movie. What do I have after that? A Trip to the Moon, which I kind of always wanted to see, and since I found out it was so easy to watch, it is on HBO Max in a restored version. Revolutionary. Very great short film. And then I did Lionheart. I continued my Jean-Claude Van Damme. Had never seen all of his movies, so I did that one. And that's essentially what Fight Club was marketing. So Fight Club led everybody under the impression that it was about a fight club. That's what Lionheart actually is. Fight Club is not about a fight club. So.
Dada.
Yeah, buddy?
Is it time to go to Johnson Quotable Pizza Co?
No, not yet, buddy. A little bit later.
Okay. So there's that. I would like to, however, that was my week. I am in the middle of an exciting movie right now that I was kind of hoping I would be finished with by now to talk about, but I won't tell you what it is. I did a list though. Last week,
what am I looking at? There's so many lists.
I know. Last week we talked about we talked about movies, about making movies. So I did research and I did a list.
Wait, let me make this a little bit easier to look at.
So, and I was real specific. Movies about making a movie, not movies about making movies in general. So just to make the plot about, hey, we're making a feature and the plot needs to end with, do we make it or not? So Ed Wood, of course, naturally is my favorite one, although it's essentially about 3 movies and it is about his life. It's more of a biography than anything. Tropic Thunder, however, has just over time grown to be this awesome comedy. I think Adaptation, one that I think is I don't want to say is lost in the mix. Like Chris Cooper won a supporting actor for that.
Yeah.
And our friend David Rosen, this is his favorite movie. I don't know if you knew.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Adaptation is his favorite movie. Bowfinger. I meant to ask if you've ever seen Bowfinger.
I've seen Bowfinger.
Oh, yeah. I love that movie so much. Its counterpart down there is Dolomite Is My Name, I think, because Eddie Murphy's just in both of them. Be Kind, Rewind. Underrated.
I've never watched Be Kind, Rewind.
You would love that
I remember
movie.
I remember the fad of doing what do they call the little movies they make?
Yeah, I don't know what those called either, but it did have a name, and it's about the love of VHS also. So you should see it. You'd really like it, I think.
Okay.
Zach and Mary Make a Porno, I think, this is a hot take, a very unpopular opinion, one of Kevin Smith's more underrated movies. I happen to find it to be a very romantic movie. I think it's a really, really good movie, but about naturally making a porno. These two people fall in love while they're trying to finish it. Disaster Artist, great, great movie. I don't know when the Franco controversy began, but I think it was around this movie or a little after the movie. The Disaster Artist is one of his last big things. Further down on the list than I'd like it to be is Shadow of the Vampire. I know that you
just skipped Dolomite Is My Name.
Yeah, but I connected it to Bowfinger.
Oh, I see.
And also Dolomite Is My Name is written by a pair of great writers that have written a lot of biographies, including
Ed Wood.
Yeah, Ed Wood being one of them. Man on the Moon and People versus Larry Flint.
Sweded films is what.
That's right. Yeah, Be Kind, Rewind.
People were making a lot of Sweded movies back when that came out, which I thought was really cool.
You know, the guys who wrote that, the first thing they wrote was Problem Child.
Really?
Yeah, they wrote Problem Child. Get Shorty is on there, and again, further down the list than I'd like to admit. I do happen to think it's a little overrated, but
I just want to be clear. This list is in order from best to worst.
Best to worst, yeah.
Okay, because I see your last one, and I'm like, how the fuck is he going to make this work?
Okay, so Three Amigos, embarrassingly further down the list than I'd like it to be, but I don't understand the love for this movie, and essentially it's what Tropic Thunder did. They're, in my opinion, almost the same movie.
Yeah, I can see that.
Clerks 3 is one of those things that I'm embarrassed to admit I like a lot, but I like the spirit of it because have you seen Clerks 3?
No, it sounds awful.
Really?
Yeah.
So Randall almost dies. He has a midlife thing and decides he's going to make a movie, and the movie that they make is Clerks. So I know, I thought it was clever, but
spoilers.
No, that's the plot of the movie.
Spoilers.
That's the plot of the movie. It does have a twist to it, though. Wag the Dog.
Is it all a dream?
I don't. Wag the Dog. I don't remember. I really like the plot, but I don't think it stuck with me so much. I saw it back in the day. American Movie I found to be very boring. Wow. And I wanted to like that movie.
Wow. That's incredible heresy.
Is there a movie I'm missing on here? Because I was looking into...
Well, you're missing American Movie being right behind maybe Adaptation.
I think Bowfinger.
That's insane. That's insane that American Movie is so far down your list. I mean, none of these movies are bad, the ones that I've seen. But American Movie is like one of the best fucking movies when it comes to the art of making, or the passion that goes behind making a movie. Like, it is absolutely incredible, and I'm shocked it's at the bottom of your list.
So some titles that I've didn't include on the list for certain reasons are Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because it's not about making a movie. The Player, is he making a movie in that?
Oh God, it's been a minute. I don't know. I don't remember there being like a specific movie that's in production during The Player.
The Fabelmans, again, it's not really about making a movie. It's about a filmmaker learning that he's a filmmaker, really.
Filmmaker 610 says The Last Picture Show. I'll actually one up that a little bit and say The Last Horror Movie is a great example of a movie about making a movie.
Okay, I've never seen those.
It's great.
They're
both great.
I'll put those on. That's why I do that, so I can learn about other movies.
And also it mentions Woody Allen's Hollywood Ending, which I haven't seen.
Is Barton Fink about making a movie? I don't think so.
He's writing a yeah, he's writing a movie, but it's about
the movie
writer's
itself
block.
is not really.
It's not really about making anything.
And Hugo is not about making a movie. It's about the spirit of movies.
They make movies throughout Hugo.
And then I kept Jay and Silent Bob off.
Oh, Living in Oblivion. Living in Oblivion is a great one. That belongs on your list.
I'm going to write these on.
Yeah.
You said Last Picture Show?
Last Picture Show, The Last Horror Movie. I think that's the name. I think it's either The Last Horror Film or The Last Horror Movie. I'm pretty sure it's The Last Horror Movie.
And then which one did he just say?
Living in Oblivion, which has Steve Buscemi in a great lead role performance.
Well, thank you guys. I'm going to definitely check those out. So that's my Letterboxd this week. I know right now that my next week might be a little scarce when it comes to Letterboxd. We might have some good movie news, but I am busy this week.
Oh, Boogie Nights.
I left that off the list because they're not making a specific movie.
Okay, so it needs to be a specific
The plot has to
movie.
be about making a movie, not making movies.
The Filmmaker 610 mentions that there is a movie being made in the background in The Player, which is why Bruce Willis and Julia Roberts have cameos. But I don't know that it's not really, the movie itself is not really about making that movie.
Yeah, okay. So that was my when we started talking about that, I was like, and I didn't realize there's that many. It should be its own like genre. There's a lot of these.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies about making movies. Misty Green coming out. Yeah, I love a good movie about making movies.
Yeah.
Minions and Monsters.
Minions and Monsters. There you go. I haven't seen it yet, but and I think that's my week, bro.
Okay. Wow.
And we talked about Amityville Long. We talked about movie news. No Blu-ray news this week, really.
Yeah, we
knew it was going to be a short show, but how short are we talking here?
Hour 26.
See,
yeah,
not that bad.
Not that bad. All right. I gotta go because I gotta edit. I gotta take a shower. I gotta eat, and Argo. Argo is a great example of a movie about making a movie.
Yeah.
Great. Leave in the comments, not in the chat, in the comments down below. Leave your suggestions for movies that are about making movies. All right.
Or about making a movie. There's two different things.
Gotta get this algorithm up.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right. Until next time, y'all. Thank you so much. And please go watch a movie.
Go watch a movie.